Welcome back, dear students. Today I'm going to continue your 10th chapter, The Sermon at Banaras by Betty Rench. Today I'm going to explain you the preserved sermon of Gautam Buddha. So let us start without any delay. The Buddha said, "Life of mortals in this world is troubled and brief and combined with pain." According to Buddha, the life of mortals, the life of those persons who are subject to die in this world is troubled, is full of troubles, is brief, is short, and combined with pain. Gautam Buddha says that our lives, we who are mortals, our life is full of troubles. Our life is short and it is combined with pain. For there is not any means by which those that have been born can avoid dying. After reaching old age, there is death. Of such a nature are living beings. Our life is troubled. Our life is short. Our life is full of trouble. The reason behind, there is no means. There is no sources by which we can avoid dying. We cannot avoid dying by any of the sources. After reaching old age, after getting old, there is death. A man has to die. Of such nature are human beings. We human beings have such nature that after getting old, we have to die. And we cannot avoid dying by any of the sources. As ripe fruits are early in danger of falling, so mortals when born are always in danger of death. Gautam Buddha has also given an instance. He says that as the ripe fruits, fruits which have ripened, are in danger of falling, in the same way, those who have born, the mortals who have born, are always in danger of death. They may die anytime. As all earthen vessels made by the potter end in being broken, so is the life of mortals. He has given one more example. He says that as the earthen vessels, something which is made up of sand, vessel, pot. As the earthen pots are supposed to break someday, in the same way we mortals have to die. We mortals are subject to die. Both young and adult, both young people and adults, both those who are fools and those who are wise, those who are stupid and those who are sensible, all fall into the power of death. Everybody falls into the power of death. Death spares none, neither wise nor fool, neither rich nor poor, neither sensible nor fool. All are subject to die. Everybody in this world who has born, who has got birth, has to die. Everybody is subject to die. Next paragraph. Of those who overcome by death depart from life. Of those persons who overcome by death. When death overcomes on somebody, he departs from life, he gets separated from life, he has to die. If death has overcome on you. A father cannot save his son nor kinsmen their relations. If a person has fallen into the power of death. Even a father cannot save his son, nor kinsmen nor relatives can save their relations. Mark. There is something which you are supposed to mark. While relatives are looking on and lamenting deeply, while on somebody's death, relatives are lamenting, they are grieving, they are expressing their grief, one by one mortals are carried off. Mortals are carried off, are overcome by death. Like an ox that is led to the slaughter, mortals are carried off by death. In the same way, ox is led to slaughter to be killed. So the world is afflicted with death and decay. This world is afflicted, this world is affected with death and decay, with death and deterioration. Therefore, the wise do not grieve, knowing the terms of the world. A wise man knows the terms of the world. And the terms are everybody is supposed to die. We can't avoid dying. Just like earthen pots and ripe fruits, everybody is subject to end someday. So they do not grieve, they do not express grief. Wise people. Not from weeping nor from grieving will anyone obtain peace of mind. A man cannot obtain, a man cannot procure, a man cannot get peace of mind by grieving and crying. If you think that by crying or by lamenting, by expressing your grief, you are gonna get peace of mind, it is absolutely wrong. On the contrary, its opposite happens when you cry, when you lament. His pain will be greater and his body will suffer. If somebody cries, if somebody laments, his or her pain increases, his pain becomes greater and his body has to suffer. He will make himself sick and pale. By lamenting, by crying, he will make himself pale and sick. Yet the dead are not saved by this lamentation. By this lamentation, we cannot save, we cannot get back the one who has died. He who seeks peace should draw out the arrow of lamentation. Now Buddha has suggested us the way to get peace of mind. He says that the one who draws out the arrow, of lamentation, complaint and grief, the one who draws out the arrow of grief, complaint and lamentation gets peace of mind. That's what Buddha suggests us. He who has drawn out the arrow and has become composed will obtain peace of mind. The one who has drawn out the arrow of grief, complaint and lamentation and becomes composed, becomes calm, becomes tranquil, will get peace of mind. He who has overcome all sorrow will become free from sorrow. The one who has conquered all the sorrows, all the griefs, will be free from the sorrows. The only way to get free from sorrows is to conquer the sorrows, and he will be blessed. In this paragraph, the writer says that Gautam Buddha suggests us that in order to get peace of mind, peace of mind, we should draw out the arrow of grief, complaint and lamentation, and should be composed. That's how we can get peace of mind. This is the sermon, this is the first sermon conveyed in Banaras by Gautam Buddha. Thank you. Have a nice day. Stay safe, stay fit.